Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're talking about this, which is the Rovyvon S2P flashlight. So this is a searchlight, lots of functionality. We have an amber light that'll come out of the top there. We also have a normal LED. We've got a white LED on one side, a red LED on the other side, strobe option, flash option, SOS options. Lots of different functions to this light. You've got this little display panel here, which will tell you how much power you have left in your batteries. You got a lock option and unlock option, so lots of things to talk about. Let me show you the case real quick that it comes in, and then we'll jump into the details. Here's a look at the case. As you can see, the little symbol is upside down there. It's because when you open it, you're gonna open it like so, and when you do, you're looking at the little symbol correctly, and then you open it up like this. All right, so like I said, a ton of different features. So just try to follow along, and you can go back and watch the video again. It is really a lot. So if I hold down the unlock button, I got the amber light that goes on, hold it down, it goes off. Double click the unlock button. Right now it's in the flood mode. If I hold down the lock button now, it's gonna go to flood and spotlight. If I hold it down, now it's just in that tight little spotlight. Hold it down, it's gonna go back to flood. So flood, both, spotlight, flood, both, spotlight. So flood, both, spotlight, flood, both, spotlight, flood. Now when it's on flood, if I tap the unlock button, it's gonna go off. All right, so it's off. I double click the unlock to turn it on, and then I'm going to click it, and it's gonna cycle up to the highest setting and then back down to the lowest. Now, so currently I'm on the flood. I wanna go to both the flood and the spot, so I'm gonna hold down the lock. That's gonna give me both. That's not gonna give me an option to cycle through different outputs, right? So as I click the unlock button, it's not doing anything. Hold down the lock again. Now it's just on the spot option, and now I'm going to click the unlock button, and that's going to cycle through as well. So I'll turn it off here. So real quick, you got a flood option, you have a spot option, you have a both option. With the flood option, you can cycle up to the highest output and then back down to lower. With the spot option, you can cycle up to the highest output and then back down to lower. When they're both on, it's just both of them together, punching a bunch of light out into the night. So that's that. Now I've got the side lights to talk about. Let me double click on the lock button. So double click, you got your white LED that's coming out here. If I click the lock button again, it's gonna cycle up and then back to the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, back to the bottom. Hold it down, goes off. All right, so once again, double click on the lock button. We get the white LED on the side, and then click on it. It's gonna cycle low, medium, high. Hold it down, it goes off. Triple click now on the lock button, you'll get the red light. So 1, 2, 3. Red light now. Click on it once to a higher setting, click on it again. Get this kind of slow flashing option, and then we'll go to the faster flashing option. It's kind of a strobe, so strobe warning. And then click it again. And let's go back to your normal red light. Hold it down, it goes off. The one last thing to show you as far as your function is triple click on your unlock button. So 1, 2, 3. It's gonna come on flashing from both the spot and the strobe. So this is basically that like beacon feature where it's gonna go on and then off, on and then off. So click it once, it's gonna go to kind of a strobe flashing mode, so strobe warning. So there's that. Click it again, it's gonna go to your SOS mode. You see that right there. And then click it again, it's gonna go, hold it down, it's gonna go off. So as you can see, a lot of features and functions. We'll take this out tonight and use it, but I mean, like flood, spot, both, strobe, flashing fast, SOS, red flashing fast, red flashing slow, LED on the handle. I mean, just a ton of different options. The other thing to show you is when you click this, it says 406, 407, so or 4.07 out of 4.20, I think of your volts, I think it is totally, I can't remember right now, but then you can tell, obviously, as it's dropping way down, getting close to zero, your battery power is dying out. So that's a quick look at the light and the functionality of it. As you would expect, you do get instructions with it. It gives you a full rundown of everything. The print is really small, I will tell you. You also get this nice carrying case, which is, just to show you, it's a little bit dark there, but you got some webbing on it, and it's got these two zippers. So you can basically pull this down and then take the light out, and you put it bezel down basically. So that's what that looks like. It's got some webbing on the back, so you can actually attach it to gear. You can also carry it like this. Wow, that is washed out. Yeah, so really, it's a really nice case actually. I mean, it's a big light, so you need something. It's not, you're not gonna just throw in a little, you know, side holster. So it says Run Free Equipment. I think that's the name of the company that makes the carrying case. But really solid little leather Rovyvon logo up there. I'll roll in the weight of the light both out of the case and in the case as well right here. It's definitely a hefty light, not something super lightweight, but functions really nicely, as you'll see when we take it out into the night. I will do footage and I'll show you mostly the flood at the beginning, and then I'll show you the spot at the end of the footage so you can see what that looks like. But overall, I can tell you this thing definitely does some nice work in the night, and it's nice to have all that functionality. Red light, flashing, not flashing, side light for, like, you know, at home, out in the woods. Just a lot of function to this this flashlight. All right, guys, a couple things I want to share. These are the instructions that come with it. This is for both the S2 Premium and the S2 Elite. Honestly, they give you a lot of the functionality as far as what to click and stuff, but there are some things that aren't totally clear. So your outputs, low, medium, high, turbo, turbo S. What you're gonna see initially at the beginning of this footage of nighttime is the flood, and then we'll give you the spotlight after that so you can see what that actually looks like. So yeah, I mean, that's not totally clear. What you're gonna see is when it actually puts light out, it puts a really nice light out, but your outputs are 200, 1200, 2000, 5000, 10,000 lumen output. It does have the strobe, the signal, and the SOS for a bunch of features as well. It does say 100, 300, and 1000 for the side light that's white, and then 50 and 300 for the side light that's red. And then you can see your burn time is 24 hours for the low, 4.5 for the medium, 3 hours for the high, 2 hours for turbo, 2 hours for turbo S. On your side lights, you have 28 hours for low, 12 hours for medium, 6 hours for high. Red low is 36 hours, red high is 5 hours, and then nothing for the beacon and the flashing and the SOS. So that's some of the details there. Want to also mention it does come with a USB-C, so that's another thing to know. It does have the USB-C cord or input here, so you can charge it up and also charge items off of it. And then the other thing I want to mention is the lockout mode. So hold this down for 5 seconds, and you'll see that this will lock out. So now it's locked. Hold the unlock for 5 seconds. And now it's unlocked. So I think that's pretty much all the details to share. It does run off two of these 21700 batteries. So you got these two. That's what it looks like. PS high-powered magnet. All right, first thing I'm going to show you is 10,000 lumens. Looking at the side yard, we have a stone wall. It's about 100 feet away. Here's 10,000 lumens. Okay, we're out in front of my house now. We're going to start off and give you a look at the amber light. So I'm looking at my door, which is about 20 feet away. Here's the amber light. So that's what that looks like. Just move the camera around a little bit, give you a couple different angles. Now obviously, because the siding is a light color, it's going to reflect some of the light back. But just to look over here in the bushes, I could see okay looking into them, but obviously the light is not made to like really cut out into the night. Amber is going to give you definitely a different effect than your standard LED. Okay, looking at the same door in my house, we're going to give you the 4 different outputs. So we have 200, 1200, 2000, 5000. So here's 200. Go up to 12 here. Obviously kind of washing out the camera, so 2000 is definitely going to be really bright. And then 5000, just blinding. So let me take it back to this 200 and we'll back up here. All right, the air conditioners on upstairs is a little bit noisy, but show you again, 200, 1200, 2000, 5000. Here's 200. Going up to 1200 here. Well, it's 2,000. And then 5,000. Just blinding. So we're back at about 35 feet now, 40 feet from the door. All right, so real quick look here in the side yard. We're going to show you the smaller LED and then the larger LED. So there's the smaller one, the 4 different settings. So that's what that looks like. Now we're going to switch to the larger LED. You can see definitely a tighter beam here, and we'll scroll through the different settings here. So there's the lowest. So there's the highest setting for the smaller LED again, and then we'll scroll through again. And then again, this is the highest setting at the lower LED. Let's go to the larger one. This one definitely throwing more light. All right, I'm out in the side yard now. We're looking at the playset, or one of the playsets, I guess I should say. That's about 70 feet away. So this is 200, 1,200, 2,000, 5,000, and we'll look around the yard now. Back to 200. So you can see okay with this. I can definitely see to the edge of the yard okay. Let's go to that 1,200. Obviously much more effective. Here's 2,000. Really nice amount of light there. Here's 5,000. All right, guys, we're headed out into the woods. We're going to test this light out in the New Hampshire forest. We'll see if we can punch some light out into the night and also maybe spot some animals as well. Here we go. All right, out in the woods now. We're looking up this dirt road. It's going to be 200, 1,200, 2,000, then 5,000 lumens. So here's 200. So obviously you can see that right in front of me. Here's my car. Can't see a whole lot out when I'm shining it out into the darkness. I could see up the road a little bit. Let's go to 1,200. There's 1,200. You can definitely see way further up the road than compared to the 200. Let's go to 2,000. So I can see up to basically where the bend in the road is. Let's do 5,000. Yeah, I mean, that is giving me light all the way up to the bend in the road and then also off into the woods, both sides, probably 20 feet, 15 feet each way. All right, let's hit it up with the strobe and then we'll do SOS. So strobe warning. Then we have the beacon here. Taking a look off into this marsh. Again, 200, 1,200, 2,000, 5,000 is what you'll see. And those trees are probably, I would say, about 150 feet away, 200 feet away. All right, so up ahead in the road, I believe there's an owl that just landed I want to try to get a light on it. He may fly. I'm going to zoom in here with the camera real quick. Okay, we're inside now, and we're using the side light on the basically the handle portion of the flashlight. So this is 100 lumens. Let's go up to the next output. That'll be 300 lumens. All right, so there's the side light with 300 lumens. You can see basically most of the kitchen now. Let's go up to 1,000. So there's 1,000 lumens for the side light. Now we'll go to the red light. Okay, there's the red side light at 50 lumens right now. Now we'll go up to 300 lumens with the red light. There's 300 lumens. Now we'll go to the flashing option. So flashing option coming up next here. This is actually the beacon option. Then we'll go to the flashing option. So this one's a little bit slower. The flashing is a little bit faster. There's your flashing option with the red light. Real quick, I'll show you the amber option inside now. This is coming out of the front as opposed to the side of the light. But here's the amber option. Alright guys, wrapping up here talking about the Rovyvon S2 Premium Searchlight. First off, I want to remind you there's the Premium, there's the Elite. There are some differences in that one. The Elite, for example, I think has a red light that comes out of the front as opposed to the amber. My overall thoughts on this light, this is probably the most multifunctional light I have ever seen in my whole life. There are some night cores I've used that offer a lot of different functions and like flashing, strobe, beacon option, multicolors, but this is, I think, the most I've ever seen in one light. So that's pretty impressive. If you're going to invest in like a home light or a search light that you want to have for a while and has just a ton of functionality, this may be one to check out. Price point for this is pretty broad. I've seen it from $259 up to like $359. So I'm going to reach out to Rovyvon and ask them if they can get a discount code. I'll put that in the description section if you're interested. This one did come with the two 21700 batteries, which is nice. So getting two of those, you know, that's a handful of cash that you're saving because it obviously comes with the light already. Nice case that it comes with. Nice kind of sheath holster that you can carry it in. Yeah, just a lot of function. I will say it takes a little while to figure out all the different functions and like, okay, when I press this it shifts to this. When I press this light comes on. So you got to figure that out. That takes a little bit of time, but overall, this thing has worked well. As far as long-term use, I'll report it to you guys on social media and other things if I've got like some major issue or whatever, but it's been good so far. I do like this little screen feature so you can know how much power you have left in the light, which is great. I have a little night core that does that as well, which I think is awesome because then you're not like, is it mostly charged? Is it kind of charged? You can tell right where it's at. So yeah, to pay $250 give or take for this, I think is a very good deal considering what you get. Now that's not cheap. I don't want to make light of that. But it's an investment, and then I think you'll have this for a long time. I've got a handful of Rovyvon lights that I've used. Keychain lights are particularly fragile, or particularly, what am I trying to say here? With a keychain light, you have to be careful because you know, you're bumping that and you're dropping it, you're bumping it into things. So my Rovyvon keychain light has lasted and worked really well. So despite the fact that it gets used and bumped a lot and dropped a lot, it still has functioned well. So as far as durability, I feel pretty confident about that. So yeah, with that said, let me hear your thoughts. You've seen it in use. You've seen a lot of the different functions. What would you use it for? What would you like? What do you like? What would you change? Let's get that conversation started in the comment section now. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.